students I'm one of the students who wears a microphone, who leads meditation on every month or two. Thanks for coming, or thanks for staying if you were at yoga. So before I start much more of the introduction, let me pass around a book that we have where we put the names of anyone who has been sick or recently died. There's 215. And we will dedicate the merit of our practice to them. So you can write their names in here. You can write your own name if you're struggling. And we'll read out the names at the end. We'll start with the opening prayers. And by these we set our intention for our practice. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. So we have two styles of meditation. One is our silent meditation, where we rest our attention on our breath. And the second style of meditation is a chanting meditation, and I'll introduce that when we start it. So if you would sit upright. Erect but not stiff. Tuck your chin in gently to straighten your spine at the top. Your hands can either be on your legs or in your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. We have 3 pillars of support. One is the earth itself, where you can sense the sensations in your bottom, sitting on a cushion or sitting on the chair. Sense your feet either on the floor or folded up in front of you. The second, we are sitting directly above the center of the earth. So the earth is our first pillar. The second pillar is our spine that holds us upright. The third pillar is the central energy channel that's right in front of the spine. So let's start by placing our attention at the top of our head. Bring it down into your face. Invite your face to relax. Notice the softening around your eyes, your jaw slacken. Bring our attention down to our shoulders, let them relax. Down our back up to our shoulders and down our arms. Our chest and our hips. Down into our legs, our thighs, knees, and calves. Let's take 3 deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. In this tradition, we hold our eyes slightly open and down in front of us at about 45 degrees in a soft focus, not staring at anything intently, just with our eyes open, because this is a good practice for going through the world. Now place your attention on your breath and just let your breath normally go in and out. And notice, it's an in-breath, it's an out-breath. Our mind will try to interrupt us and thoughts will bubble up. As soon as you notice a thought come up, you can identify it as a thought. And go back to resting your attention on our breath. continue the meditation and shift the focus from our breath to the chanting. We chant the sacred syllable Hoong, H-O-O-N-G, twice with each exhale at our own pace. And we'll do this for a few minutes. As we do it, you can feel the vibration in your throat and all the way down through your body. Hoong, 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 hoong. Now we'll go back to the silent meditation, resting our attention on our breath. Now we'll go back to the chanting meditation. You'll notice that even with the chanting, your mind will get distracted in other thoughts, and it's just a different focal point. We bring our attention back to the sound and the vibration. Begin again. Now we go back to resting our attention on our breath. take a quick stretch break here. If anybody needs to move their leg, wake it up, stand up for a second. Also, if anybody needs to put any names in the book, now's a good time. Of course, for those of you online, you can send it in the chat. They'll be put in. Thank you. I got it. So every week we read a chapter, which is a page, from Pema Chodron's book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. Today's chapter is Staying in the Middle. Openness doesn't come from resisting our fears, but from getting to know them well. We can't cultivate fearlessness without compassionate inquiry into the workings of ego. So we ask ourselves, what happens when I feel I can't handle what's going on? What are the stories I tell myself? What repels me and what attracts me? Where do I look for strength, and in what do I place my trust? The first thing that takes place in meditation is that we start to see what's happening. Even though we still run away and we still indulge, we see what we're doing clearly. We acknowledge our aversions and our cravings. We become familiar with the strategies and beliefs we use to fortify our cocoon. With mindfulness as our method, we start to get curious about what's going on. For quite a long time, we just see it clearly, to the degree that we're willing to see our indulging and repressing clearly, they begin to wear themselves out. Wearing out is not exactly the same as going away. Instead, a wider, more generous, and enlightened perspective arises. How we stay in the middle between indulging and repressing is by acknowledging whatever arises without judgment, letting the thought simply dissolve and then going back to the openness of this very moment. That's what we're actually doing in meditation. Up come all these thoughts, but rather than squelch them or obsess with them, we acknowledge them and let them go. Then we go back to just being here. After a while, that's how we relate with hope and fear in our daily lives. Out of nowhere, we stop struggling and relax. We see our storyline, drop it, and come back to the freshness of the present moment. So that's sort of why we practice the meditation here, and I meant to mention earlier, these practices are intended to be simple so you can take them home and do them daily, even if just for a few minutes. It has a cumulative effect, and that will help us to be present and catch ourselves when we're avoiding uncomfortable situations or whatever. Anybody have any experience with any of these, or any comments, questions? Online or in the room?
Hey, Charlie, this is David. I have a question. This is an easy one. What page was that on in the book, Comfortable with Uncertainty? Or
24.
what was
Well, it's chapter 24. It's on page 26, David.
staying in the middle? Got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie. So I like the comment about these storylines like wearing themselves out because that really resonates with me. There are a lot of narratives I've carried for most of my life that often I get tired of listening to myself because it's over and over the same thing that's not even true or that came from years and years ago of some experience that's no longer in the present. So I think that's it's a great reminder of being aware of those things that pop up that just are old and outdated and need to be let go.
Thank you.
I want to add that experience too, that it was amazing what problems went away when I decided I was just tired of them. I was tired of having them, and then let them go out of just laziness almost.
Let's do the dedication. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, every one, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. We dedicate the merit of this practice to all sentient beings, and specifically to Kim, Tu, Shiran, Aisha, Kelly, Thomas, Tora, David, Brianne, Guillermo, Adrienne, myself, my wife, my father's cancer healing, David's cancer healing, my family, my parents, my pets, Renee and Bardo, Karan and Bardo, Mom, Terry, Cindy, Bread, Nathan, Winston, Dylan, Claudia, Judy's cancer healing, Dwayne and Richard in Bardo, Jessica, Edward, Rachel, Marianne, Manny, Andy in Bardo, Philip in Bardo, Cheryl, Charlotte, Patty, Stephen, Catherine, Peter, Elspeth, Locken in Bardo, Charles Quinn, Jay, Max, Ann, victims of school shooting, Dave Sproul in Bardo, Robert Booman, suffering, Marla, Sean, Ara, Julia, Josh, Toby, Sharon, Andy, and Carl in Bardo. In the Tibetan tradition, the Bardo is a 49-day period of transition between death and rebirth. So now we'll chant together the sacred syllable Ah. Visualize a white orb at your heart center that sends out healing light all over the world. Thanks for coming. Emily, do you have some announcements?
Sure do. So this Friday is our next Sochin cycle. Actually, is it easier if I just sit over here, Candace? I'm so sorry. This Friday is our next Sochin Cycles retreat. It's Seeing to Being Part 2. If you got to participate in Part 1, it was this really lovely practice of sort of breaking down the practice into parts and just going little by little. This will be Part 2. If you're curious about Part 1, you can email me, emily@dawnmountain.org. We can still help you out, potentially get registered. Saturday night at 5:30 on the 21st, we're going to have Losar. Losar is the Tibetan New Year. We are welcoming the year of the fire horse. I understand it is the most yang energy that you can possibly get. I didn't believe that kind of thing, but I'm really feeling that kind of thing right now. So I think it would be great if you're here in Houston to please come. We'll have a potluck. We will do some of the traditional Tibetan New Year rituals. And I've been told somebody's going to come teach us to dance, like traditional Tibetan dance. Let that be a benefit and not a reason to stay away. So please join us on the 21st, 5:30. We will have our first Sunday is March 1st, Sunday, March 1st. We'll have our usual teaching and lunch. We'll have a teaching in just a couple minutes for our third Sunday. And we have a workshop. Saturday, March 7th will be our Working with the Inner Critic for Buddhist Practitioners. We have a guest speaker who will teach alongside Harvey about using the internal family systems and Buddhist practice in dealing with self-criticism. Feel free to ask me questions about that or email me, emily@dawnmountain.org. The registration is on our website. And the 2 Fridays and Saturdays after that, March 13th, 14th, 20th, and 21st, we will have a retreat with Lama Tenzin Samphel. He is teaching from France, but our Lamas will be here in person translating the teaching. And we have that retreat as well. Ask me any questions. You can register for anything online, but you can also just email me, emily@dawnmountain.org. Okay, thank you.
So is Harvey going to be here to teach? Okay. Okay. So you're welcome to get up. I see a kettle over there. I don't see any water over there. We invite you to stay for teachings. These are usually thoughtful insights.
The